good, kick and bass crew? It's your boy Westend. We are here in the new Westend Bat Cave, which is the basement of my apartment. And you can already probably tell there's a little bit more reverb in this room than there was in my other room. So apologies if you're getting a little bit of reverb. I'm working on fixing that. Today we are going to be doing a track from scratch, and I have already started an idea, and to be completely honest, I was recording for the last 20 minutes showing you guys how I got this far, and my computer ran out of memory. But I think that was the boring part. So now we get to do an hour from this 8-bar loop and turn it into a full track. And I'll be going through what I did. The other catch for today's video is that we are only going to be using sounds and samples found in the new kick and bass sample pack, which is called Alkemist. We just dropped it, I believe, around a week ago, and it's a beast of a pack. It pretty much has everything you need to make tracks, and I'll be showing you that today. So without further ado, let's get into it. This is the little idea that I just whipped up and that I think we're going to be going for to make a track out of. So check it out. Cool. So I'll show you guys quickly what we did in the last 30 minutes that didn't save. I'm still fucking pissed about that. But whatever. It's pretty boring for the most part. I looked for a kick. I looked for something in the key of E, something like low and sub E. And the way you can see that is by putting on span, playing your kick, and pressing hold. Kind of see where the lowest peak is. It's around E. So that's what I would say is the kick key. The other thing we did was we did for like an offbeat kind of bass. So I looked for something with like not a lot of sub. And this is a Serum preset. It's called Bass Rounded in the pack. I did a pretty simple offbeat pattern here. So I just stayed on the root note of E and then went up F. So we're in the Phrygian scale. I did a little bit of like a turnaround here, and I moved some of these notes, slightly off the grid. As you can see, here's the grid. I moved some of these offbeat ones to create a little bit of swang. So that's the kick and the bass. We put a bit of processing on with a drum bus just to glue them together. Then we made a lead sound, which is a little melody using this sound. So I automated a few things here. This is also a lead from the pack. It's called lead minor, and we automated the cutoff as well as the attack. So you can hear there's slightly different attack envelope on the pluck. This one's more plucky, these two. This is more of like a slow attack. You can see I made it so slow you can't even hear it. Right? So I just wanted a little variation there. And then we did automation on the cutoff. So we did like that. And then we did automation on the delay. So we added a little delay on the last note. And we just repeated that. After that, that was like our vibe setting. So we had this, low end and lead. Then we added a hat. This is just a simple hat. We found a closed and an open. And for the open, we made this one slightly shorter in length than this one. So it's like... That was a terrible representation of what it sounds like. But yeah, it just creates a little bit of a rhythm within the hat pattern. Then we found a clap. Very digital. We didn't do any processing on this. And then for fills, we did like a snare and clap combo for fill 1. You know, and then for fill 2, we took a percussion sound from the pack and we spread it out. So we doubled it in time. So this is called FX Blaster 1. Sounds like that normally, and we stretched it to make it sound all cool like that. So that's where we're at now, and now we have an 8-bar loop. So So what I'm hearing now in my head listening to that is I want there to be 3 or 4 different fills. I definitely want another fill, so I'm going to duplicate this. We're going to call this fill 3. And fill 3 is going to come over here at the end of the 8-bar phrase. So right around here. For fill 1, I want to do a slightly different pattern here. So I'm going to chop this up, just so that there's some variation among the 8 bars. Maybe make this like a... And then I could also maybe hear, like in this one, adding a reverse. So do we have any reverse sounds in the pack? No, but we can make a reverse. I'm thinking a reverse clap here. I think that would sound pretty good. So we're going to go to drums, claps. Something with a longer tail. That one's pretty good, 23. So I think it will be. So let's line this up, press R. It's subtle, but you can hear a little bit of a reverse there. And then here we're going to need, I want like a longer fill, so what I actually want to do is let's put in EQ 3. I know a lot of people don't use EQ 3, but it makes it kind of easy on the low end bus. And then let's automate the lows out. So we're going to turn this on, no, off here. So if you find that 250 hertz is not right for you for your track, you could just bring this down. So I'm going to guess. You can even automate this, right? So we could have it go a little bit higher as it goes on, like that. All right, that's pretty cool. So now I want something to go here. And instead of adding a new sound, which I thought I was going to do for fill 3, for now I want to see if we can take this lead and then maybe like repeat the last note. So let's actually turn off this delay because it may sound a little crazy. And let's see if we can like repeat this. Boom, boom, boom. And we're going to do some automation here. Boom. All right, so that's cool. And then we'll do a new sound right here, maybe. So let's open up this delay a little bit. And then let's also stick to what we're automating. So we're going to open up this cutoff. And then maybe also the attack. We're going to make it a little... Maybe take out like here would be a good place for a vocal, which we haven't picked yet, but I'm gonna assume that we're gonna put a vocal there just to help contrast against all these synths. So let's listen to our 8-bar loop again, and like if we're like, let's pretend this is going to be the 8 bars in a drop, because this is like a drop section. You want to be like, what else does it need here? And I'm not talking about like mixing or like even like small attention to details, like very little like reverb and processing, but more, does it need like composition adjustments to make it like catchier or whatever? So let's check it out. So I I think it needs one more thing. And basically this is the setup to create a call and response. So like these sections are empty. I think a vocal would be cool. I don't know if this pack has the vocal for it. Let's see. We can try to use one of these vocals, but I'll just give you guys the heads up that this is when you're making your own song, you would never limit yourself to one pack, right? So you would want to record your own vocals or look for acapellas or whatever to fit what your song needs. So of course I'm limiting myself for this video, but just wanted to give you guys that heads up.
Yeah, check it. Yeah, check it. Listen up close, I got the beats to do the most.
Oh, that's pretty fire. Let's put that right here. Let's see what this sounds like.
Listen up close, I got the beats to do.
All right, so this is definitely warped wrong. So we're gonna unwarp it, and it should be warped to 127, I believe.
Listen up close, I got the beats to do the most. Listen up close, I got the beats to do the most.
I think it's a little bit off because of here. Let me drag it in. There we go. 127.
Listen up close, I got the beats to do the most.
So I think it should be start here.
Listen up close, I got the beats to do the most.
I don't know why it's not.
The most. Listen up close, I got the beats to do the most. Listen up close, I got the beats to do the most. Beats to do the beats to do the. Listen up close, I got the beats to do the.
Something weird's going on with the Ableton. Hold on, let me show in Finder. Yeah, let me delete this analysis file because I think something's going on there. I'm probably just gonna manually unwarp it.
Listen up close, I got the beats to do the most.
There we go. So we know it's 127. So honestly, sometimes it's better to just warp yourself. So I'm gonna start it here. And it actually doesn't matter how long the clip is, so I'm gonna just consolidate this. And now I'm gonna set the warp markers at the beginning of N and just kind of drag it and see how that sounds.
Listen up close, I got the beats to do the.
So this close is late. I can see where it's supposed to be hitting. So I'm gonna move this over a bit.
Listen up close, I got the beats to do the most.
All right, so that's kind of right. So I like this part.
Listen up close, listen up.
And then this should be
close, I got the beats to
so this is rushed. So it should be close. I got the beats to do the most. So where's the most?
the most.
The most should be hitting,
Close, I got the beats to do.
or this should be hitting here.
Close, I got the beats to do the most. Close, I got the.
Close, I got the.
Close, I got the beats to do the. Close, I got the beats to do the most. Close, I got the beats to do the most. Close, I got the beats to do the most. Close, I got. Listen up, close, I got the beats. Listen up, close, I got. Listen up, close, I got.
Listen up close. I got the beats to do the most.
Got the beats.
So this part's all fucked up.
Got the beats to do the most. Listen up, close, I got the beats to do the. Listen up, close, I got the beats to do the most. Listen up, close, I got the beats to do the most. Listen up, close, I got the beats to do the most. Listen up, close, I got the.
Listen up.
Listen up, close, I got the beats. Listen up, close, I got the. Listen up, close. Listen up, close. Listen up, close, I got the beat. Listen up, close, I got the beats to do the most. Listen up, close, I got the.
All right, this is not working. And sometimes this happens. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna reset it one more time. And this time I'm gonna, instead of warping, I'm gonna kind of like chop.
Listen up, close, I got the beats to do the most.
Listen up
Close,
close.
I got the. I got the. Got the beats. Got the beat. I got the beats to do. I got the beats to do the. Close, I got the beats to do the most. The beats to do the most. 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 I got the beats to do the most. Up close, I got the beats to do the. Listen up close, I got the beats to do the most. The beats to do the most. Close, I got the beats to do the. Got the beats to do the.
Got the beats to do the most.
Beats to do the most. Beats to do the most. Beats to do the most.
It's just kind of like the way that it's said, but I'm being a little bit of a perfectionist here.
Listen up close, I got the beats to do the most. Listen up close, I got the beats to do the most.
That sounds pretty fine. I don't want to get too nitpicky on it. I think I could maybe do
Got the beats to do the most.
this. I could maybe save this and then put this.
Got the beats to do the most. Got the beats to do the most. Got the beats to do the most. Got to do the most. Got the beats to do the most. Got the beats to do the most. Got the beats to do the most. Listen up close, listen up close, got the beats to do the most. Listen up close, got the beats to do the most. Listen up close, got the beats to do the. Listen up close, got the beats to do. Listen up close, I got the beats to do the most. Listen up close, I got the beats to do the most. 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 Listen up close, I got beats to do the most. Listen up close, I got the beats to do the most. The beats to do, the beats to do, the beats to do the. Got the beats to do the most. Got the beats to do the close. Got the beats to do the close. Got the beats to do the most.
Sorry, this is probably mental torture for you guys, but it's little things like this just to get the timing right.
Listen up close. Got the beats to do the most. Listen up close. Got the beats to do the. Listen up close. I got the beats to do the most. Listen up close. I got the beats to do the most. Listen up close. I got the beats to do the most. Listen up close. I got the beats to do the most. Listen up close. I got the beats to do the.
I think the problem is I'm trying to set it on the 1 where it should be set here.
Listen up close, I got the beats to do the most.
That's probably the closest we're gonna get. So I think maybe change this to 127.
Listen up close, I got the beats to do the most.
There we go. I don't know why it was just all messed up before. I think I started it a little bit too early. Okay, cool. So we can like process this now. So what I'm gonna do is copy it and let's process it a bit. So we have an EQ. We're gonna add a little bit of reverb. Where's the reverb? Maybe do some like formant shifting.
Listen up close, I got the beats to do the most. Listen up close, I got the beats to do the most. Listen up close, I got the beats to do the most. Listen up close, I got the beats to do the most. Listen up close, I got the beats to do the most. Listen up close, I got the beats to do the most.
Let's do like some saturation. Could be cool to get like Decapitator on here and try to get like a little bit of a grungy sound. I know they have like these old rock vocals and stuff.
Listen up close, I got the beats to do the most.
So this is like extreme.
Listen up close, I got the beats to do the most. Listen up close, I got the beats to do. Listen up close, I got the beats. Listen up close, I got. Listen up close, I got the beats to do the most. Listen up close, I got. Listen up close, I got the beats to do the most. Listen up close, I got the beats to do the most. Listen up close, I got the beats to do the most.
This is kind of fire. Let's add a little bit of sidechain as well here, just to get some movement.
Listen up close, I got the beats to do the most. Listen up close, I got the beats to do the most. Listen up close, I got the beats to do the most. Listen up close.
All right, so this would repeat like this, I think.
Listen up close, I got the beats to do the most.
I'm hearing something like faster rhythm here, like bum 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 bum. So let's do Serum. And the reason why we're spending so much on the songwriting now is because this is going to help so much with arrangement. It's going to make it super easy. So let me also save this in case this shit fucking crashes. We're going to call this Beats That Do Too Much. Very on the dot here. Something a little like trippier. It's cool, but not what I want.
Listen
That's kind of cool. It reminds me of that genre. Fuck, I forgot what it's called. It's like really popular on TikTok and like Russian something music. Has that chord feel to it. The drifting music, that's what it is. That's cool. Let's turn this fill down because now we have something else here. And like, let's make this a little. All right, a little bit of cutoff automation. So I don't really like this sound here, so let's maybe put it for here, and if not, we won't use it. We got the double kick. All right, cool. So now we have, let's just listen to this part.
Listen up close, I got the beats to do the most. Listen up close, I got the beats to do the most.
All right, cool. So we got a sick 8-bar loop. Now, best thing to do when you're in this case, in my opinion, is to finish off the drop. So we're going to want at least 16 bars here. So now we can kind of like label this. So this would be drop, we'll call this 1A. And then this is going to be drop 1B. So for drop 1B, we probably don't want to just do this over again in terms of like the synths and the vocals. What I'm thinking could be take the vocal and chop it up a bit and make like a rhythm, like let's see. Oh, let's like mute this lead for now. Let's put this here and this here. This is the clap. So we're gonna mute this.
Listen up close, close, I got the beats to do the most. Listen up close.
All right, so.
Close, I got the beats to do the close, I got the beats to do the beats to do the beats to do the I got the beats to do the I got the beats to do the I got the beats to do I got the beats I got the beats to do the I got the beats to do the most. I got the beats to do the most. Got the beats to do the most. Got the beats to do got the beats got the beats most. Got the beats got the beats to do the to do the got the beats to do the
Just playing around with some
mouse.
chops.
Got the beats to do turn up close. Mouse turn up to do mouse turn up to do.
This sounds like doo-doo, but what we can do, I'm just trying to get like a vibe.
Mouse turn up. Mouse
No, dun, dun, dun.
turn up. Mouse turn up. Mouse turn up. Mouse turn up. Listen up close. Turn up close. I got the beats. Up close. I got the close. I got the beats to do the close. I got the beats. Mouse close. Turn up. Mouse turn up. Close. Mouse turn up. Got the beats to do the beats to do the mouse. Do the mouse. Mouse turn up. Do the listen. Do the mouse turn up. Do the listen up close.
Oh, I forgot we have
Do
some.
the mouse. Listen up. Mouse turn up. Do the listen up close.
Alright, let's loop this.
Mouse turn up. Do the mouse turn up. Do the mouse turn up. Do the mouse turn up.
of cool. And then like what we can do is duplicate this and then consolidate this. And then like we could maybe put some rhythm on this. So we could use beats mode and change this to like 16th notes. And this is going to be like a different vocal than this one. So I'm going to duplicate the channel and we'll have this be it. All right, so now let's go back to what we had.
Listen up close, I got the beats to do the most.
All right, let's see if we can like fuck this up a little bit more. Like let's put some compression at the start. Let's put some soothe on this because I'm hearing like there's some kind of nasty transients. And I want to try one more like trippy effect. So like another trippy effect could be let's see. I know what I want. What's it called? Portal, yes. Let's bring this a little earlier in the chain. Let's do like glitchy. It's pretty cool. It's not the catchiest thing in the world, but it's a treatment, right? That's kind of what I was trying to show you guys. Like this would be where my head would be at for something like this. And then I would probably take away that lead sound and then I would go to add like another hat sound, for example, like a ride. So let's go back to the kick and bass pack. Let's go to, actually, let's check out some of the loops, like make this a little bit faster. Perfect. Oh. And then like it's a little bit loud. Let's add a little bit of sidechain here. Sorry, I'm a little slow right now. Could also maybe add like one other like synth pad under everything, or like let's see what we got in the pack. So I'm just gonna look up like synth E. Let's see what we got. I'm just gonna look up actually E minor. It's not really a pad, but it kind of works. And then like instead of just having this come in, let's filter it so it starts a little bit slower. All right, cool. So this is drop A, drop B, right? We could expand on this a little bit more, but for the sake of a track in an hour, we're going to keep this as it is. So now we're gonna really focus on like arrangement. So I'm gonna call this section a bridge, and I'm gonna just keep the kick in the bass, and I'm gonna let this pad run a little bit. All right, I like this. Let's get rid of this little low end cut here. We need a bit of work on this section because this is what we would call a transition. So just to be really quick, I'm gonna take this this vocal chop and we're gonna add a endless smile to the end of that, and we're gonna automate this. Create a nice little reverb tail, and we could also do like a crash fill here. So crash. Something like this. So I'm not gonna get organized right now because I'm kind of getting in a flow state, so I just want to work. So it would be like this, sorry. And then like right here, I think it'd be cool to put like the vocal and like stretch it out a ton. So we're just gonna multiply this twice. Gonna bring this back. I like to use the texture mode. And I like to automate this grain size, but you can see you can't automate it here. So what you can do is you go open up the clip editor, whatever version of Ableton. It may look a little bit different where this is. I'm on a slightly older version. You're gonna open up the clip editor and you're gonna mess with the grain size. So I think it'd be cool to do like a little mountaintop, right? Go high and then go back low. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed this track from scratch. Remember, all the sounds from this came from Alkemist, Kick and Bass first sample pack. So if you haven't copped that yet, go cop that shit. We got a discount for Kick and Bass members, and you can grab it at kick-bass.store. That's where you can purchase this amazing sample pack. Westend out. Let's go. Peace.